Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. I have been not really recording for a little while because I've been kind of sick, but I'm doing a lot better now. I'm not like fully operational, but I'm mostly better. So let's get back into it. I'm gonna get the game unpaused and we can figure out what's going on here. So if I recall correctly, yes, I subjugated the United Baltic provinces. Relations are good. And I was thinking about doing the same for Albania. So, Russia's likely to step in, but no one else is. If Russia steps in, I could potentially bring Austria in on the other side. So what do I think about Austria's ability to square off with Russia? First, improved fertilizer. Oh, this is really good. Alright, so we're going to make these farms efficient. And we're going to make these fertilizer plants efficient. Fertilize! Do it. So storms are not as efficient as I was hoping. Okay, but they do go down in productivity if I demechanize them. So that's a good sign. All right. Moving right along. Okay, so I was asking myself, do I think Austria can take Russia in a fight? And the primary question is, first, do they have peasant levy? Whoa, look at all these national movements. They do not. Does Russia have peasant levy? Yes, they do. Alright, so Austria has a professional army, which means their armed forces are going to be a little bit better, it seems like. Ooh, I've got a 6th Iberian army somewhere. Full of irregular infantry in Kanto. Alright, get rid of those. Oh, yeah, that's right. I just squashed a separatist rebellion in Kanto, so I need to fix things up over there. First, we'll reset production methods. And then, let's get ourselves a little industry here. Do we need any more iron? We certainly need glass. That's for sure. Iron supplies are actually completely sufficient. And we are using all of our construction, so I don't need to worry about that. What about lead? How's lead? Lead is very cheap. Alright, so those extraction industries are not going to be necessarily useful. Cotton, tea, or tobacco. Filter to luxury goods. Tea is very cheap. Tobacco is reasonably affordable. How's cotton? Oh, that's paper. Fabric is very affordable. Alright, so between these, tobacco is going to be the best thing to grow here. So let's build a few tobacco plants. Oh, and we already got silk plantations. And that actually might be a better call, because these silk plantations are reasonably productive. We can always use more logging camps. How much population? We got plenty of unemployed pops. And you know what? Let's build a glassworks or two. Maybe 3. And I think for this, we might prioritize glass production, but I'm not sure. Cash flow is rock solid. So let's return to the question of Europe. Austria could probably take Russia in a fight. If not, I could take Russia in a fight. I can definitely invade Albania. But let's take a quick second. Okay, so they do have control through this area. Are these vassals? They are not. They are simply partners. The reason I'm checking that is because I'm not sure if they're going to be able to supply a land army through here. And if they are, that's going to be potentially a problem for me. But I don't think they can. So let's go ahead and shoot our shot. 9.5 infamy. I can definitely live with that. And do they have any problematic alliances? Doesn't appear so. Hit it. We'll go ahead and mobilize our armies. Obviously, that's going to cost us a barrel full of cash, but We'll be done with our construction queue soon. We'll flip over a couple more construction sectors over to steel frame for now. It's going to cost us a little bit more money, but again, growing the economy is important. Albania refuses demands. Very good. We have a couple countries who could potentially sway, Austria or Britain. Austria is a more useful sway for the moment. We'll see if they bring in the Russians. Where is the fleet located at? The 6th Iberian Army doesn't need to exist. Royal Armada is in Japan. Let's go ahead and bring them into Europe. And then we'll get the game going a little faster. Alright, relations are looking good. Russia is not in yet. So if I bring in Austria, what do you want? Diplomatic pact, investment rights. Don't think I want that. Certainly not going to bankroll them. Or an obligation. I'd be potentially comfortable with that. But we'll see. We'll see what they want. I'm not going to do a mass mobilization as long as Russia remains uncommitted. Because I'm not really worried about invading Albania. Gold depleted in West Borneo, alright. Alright, Britain has bailed out. Greece has bailed out, Bosnia and Herzegovina have bailed out. Austria has bailed out, alright. Alright, so at this point, if the Russians get into it, it's us against them. Japanese national movement has been created, alright. Looks like they are not going to step in, the Russians, I mean. Which is good for us. Means I can do as I like. Russia is bailed out. Beautiful. Alright, that is all we're going to need. So, I don't have any additional war goals because I want a strong protectorate. So let's see. Where's the fleet located at? They're not as close as I would like them. So it'll be some time before we get anywhere, but that's okay. Two Sicilies declares neutrality. That's all right. Let's get things started here. So we're going to naval invade Albania using the expeditionary force. And so that going in there. So, do I continue to build while I'm at war? I think the answer in this case is yes. We have some opium demand in the market. Do I have any ability to raise opium anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Unless it's a resource? No, it's not. Alright. Somewhere I can build gold mines? I can build gold mines in Borneo. Oh my goodness, I hadn't been paying attention. I guess that thing just came up. Gold depleted in West Borneo, so that was something I wasn't really paying as much attention to. Oh, interesting. We have a Prussian communist revolt. Where? Here. Tiny front right there in the middle of Europe. Well, Prussia, what do you want for our support? Power block embassy. No, thank you. Would you give me a pile of money? No. Alright, I don't need a trade agreement. I don't need to trade more with Prussia. Let's go ahead and increase the size of our steel industry. That'll allow us to continue to increase the size of the construction sectors. Where have I got the most labor available? Let me see. Probably Castile, it's looking like. Ooh, Valencia we got quite a bit. Beira. Yeah. Put 3 in... I'm going to put 3 in Valencia. I think Valencia is going to be more productive later on. I think Valencia will be more productive once we've built up the iron mines there. That'll reduce the price of iron in the state, and that'll be effective. Alright, landing is going well. Albanian forces are using skirmish and infantry and skirmish infantry. That's just fine. Let's take a quick look at tech. Sorry, again, I haven't played in a while, so I'm reminding myself of where I am. Okay, we're still in tier 2. Ooh, I kind of need trench infantry, because it's already the 1880s. But again, I'm also very far behind in production technology, and I'm trying to clear out the tier 3s and that. Urgh! Oh man, it's tough. Maybe I should build up more universities. Maybe that's actually the key. So I think once I've gotten control of Albania, potentially, that'll give me inroads to try to grab some more of these states in here, once I've got them reduced to being a puppet rather than a protectorate. I think after this, though, I'm going to throw these steel mills at the bottom of the queue, because... Oh, a progressive party. That's interesting. So let's take a quick look at this. This is an electoral change. Okay, the Progressive Party consists of just the intelligentsia. So if we boot them out, we can keep the... Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So they've split off from progressive dissonance, and they're reducing the legitimacy of the government. So let's take a quick look at this. Progressive dissonance is still projecting to get a pretty solid block of the votes. Unfortunately, having the rural folk and the industrialists together in one party is going to make things really difficult. Progressive Party has very high momentum. They're going to pull a bunch of votes, it looks like, away from the conservative and Catholic parties. So that's going to be interesting. So we'll see how things go. I'm not necessarily going to worry about that. How is the naval invasion going? Very good. 50% landing progress and increasing. I know I've been trying to improve relations with the Italian states, but it doesn't seem to be... Oh, for Pete's sake. Are you kidding me right now? Intelligentsia, you're about to be out of the government. Representing his constituents in the Intelligentsia, Damaso Fernandez has issued a formal petition to the Iberian government to pass state atheism. I'm not going to give you state atheism. This is Spain. This is Iberia. Iberia, not Spain. Oh, state religion is perfectly aligned with our policy interests. All right. One last matter for the day, sir. Members of your constituency arrived this morning. They're asking rather loudly and insistently if you would meet with them about new legislation. Well, is that it? Goodness, you seem as if you've seen a ghost. I'm sure I can spare the last hours of the light for them, can't I? They believe so, sir. They went taking no for an answer. These two change voices every time, but I just love them. And they're going to get sillier and sillier voices as we go along here. We'll see what we can do as the thing. We can offer them freedom of conscience as a compromise, or they must understand the present situation doesn't allow for this. I'm going to have to go with the second one, or the third one. I'm not going to change the laws. We're in the middle of an election right now. I can take the legitimacy hit. Well, okay, I thought I could take the legitimacy hit. So, bye, you're out of the government. No, I don't want the Catholic Party in charge. Stupid intelligentsia. Stop doing that. That's a real shame. Hey, there's gantry cranes. Wonderful. So that's going to enable industrial ports. I'm going to swap over to that right now. I can go to steamships at this time, which I should do. Actually, I think I am going to at least mostly do that. So first, we'll grab our ports. Swap them over to the industrial port method. Oh, I have covered markets. Oh, but I don't have the glass for that right now. We're short some steamers. So we'll go back up here, and we'll swap a few of our shipyards over to producing them. So, Estremadura, Beira, Eastern Andalusia. Wow, a lot of these places are not... Actually, let's flip them all over. That'll create a shortage of clippers, probably. And then any that are not... Okay, so quite a few of these are still unproductive. I'm going to grab the ones in Eastern Andalusia and get them producing reinforced steamships and see how that goes. Denmark wants our money, but we don't want to give them our money, so we won't. How has that affected the market? Ironclads are still up here. Clipper, though this is Man of Wars. These are technically industrial goods. Okay, both of these are quite affordable. Still a lot of places using clippers, but I can switch my fishing over to steam fishing. Production method including dynamite and fishing when. Alright, we have successfully invaded Albania. This shouldn't be long now. I'm going to grab the Royal Guard. Where are the Royal Guard? They're in Japan. Okay, I'm going to grab the Royal Guard and put them back in Iberia, and I'm going to put the Coastal Defense Force on the main front, and this is just to make sure that if we get some weird front chicanery that we don't end up in a situation that's totally goofed. Would you like to be a protectorate, Albania? How about this week? They would. Beautiful. No reason to drag this war out any longer than it has been already. Beautiful. Albania, you old so-and-so. Let's be better friends. Now that you're under my protection, I see no reason why we should not be better friends. Alright, and this will reduce our deficit. And so it has. Subjugating countries is thirsty work. Make sure to stay hydrated. Alright, Ottoman Empire. Last call. You want a trade agreement? Where is it? Trade agreement. Still no. Dang. This is a lot of infamy. They are allied with Britain. I would need to pull off some real chicanery in order to make that happen. France is cautious. And I don't have the influence to improve relations with them for now. I think I'm going to stop improving relations with the Ottoman Empire right now to continue to improve them with France. Relations with Austria are still good, Prussia are still good, and Russia are alright and could be better. Overly enthusiastic partisans, supporters of the Conservative Party, have gone beyond simply campaigning for their own party, harassing and sometimes physically attacking opposing partisans. I'm a simple party man. That's all there is to it. I know who I like, I know who I don't like, and I know I want my people to win and their people to lose. Crack down on their activities, reduce momentum for the Conservatives, or let them continue unmolested, weaker petite bourgeoisie. I'm going to crack down. That's going to reduce the momentum of the Conservative Party, which is good for us overall. This has been a very relaxed election, with the parties acting the way they're currently acting. Rubber in West Borneo, very nice. I still have the Indochina campaign active, which I could definitely take a little bit more time to involve myself in. Alright, so let's reset the politics. Beautiful. I got an event and just kind of skipped it, which is fine. Progressive Dissidents is the winners, and everyone else is minority parties. So, we'll put the Progressive Party back in the government, which I am actually kind of surprised about. My other alternative is to put the Progressives and the Conservatives together. That wouldn't be very legitimate, though. I can get up to contested by mixing these two, so we'll do it. Well, that's a shame. I genuinely pissed off the intelligentsia for nothing. But they were so weak, I thought I was never going to be doing anything with them, and it turns out I was wrong about that. So, I think I am where I want to be in terms of laws for now. Could do some labor rights stuff, but there's hardly any support for that, so we'll leave it be for the moment. Alright, so what else do I want to get done here? Again, sawing off some of the Ottoman Empire would be fun, although I did just improve relations with them a bunch. So I'm not really sure if that's going to be sensible. How are things going with the United Baltic Provinces? They're going well. Alright, beautiful. In fact, let's just take a quick pass through our subjects. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's right. I subjugated Bremen. I forgot I had subjugated Bremen. That's wild. Brunei, Johor, Cuba. I think I can restore Cuban service. It's going to increase their liberty desire by a little bit, but, like, it is what it is. Let me see. Sumatra I've still got. I kind of want to spread tech in Sumatra. I'm going to... Baltic provinces are a protectorate, so they're not paying me yet. I think I want to spread knowledge in Sumatra. I think that just makes sense. My own tech spread is modest. It's getting even more modest now. I can't do what I did with the United States last time because I'm still genuinely pretty far behind technologically. So I think what I want to do is increase the size of my university system to generate some additional innovation. So let's go ahead and grab... Let's see. We'll build Catalonia up to level 5. We'll build Galicia up to level 5. We'll build Iberia up to level 5. And that should be fine. So that's it's about a 25% increase, and that'll go into our tech spread. It's not going to be as efficient as directly increasing universities is at increasing direct innovation, but I'm innovation capped by literacy, which is continuing to go up, but is still a little not as high as it could be. So unlocking pumpjacks, which I'm about to do, beautiful, unlocks the automatic irrigation method, and I'm actually probably going to go to that right away. Because I want to be able to produce more of these luxury goods. And I recognize that some of these are not going to be productive right away, and that's okay. Because this is going to give us huge growth potential. Alright, so with that having been done, Jose Mandiola, a communist, has appeared in Iberia. Let's see how much of this stuff we can sell. We've got to be able to sell silk. We can sell silk. Oh my goodness, we can sell oodles of silk. Oodles and oodles. I need more convoys. I need more convoys, and the place to build them is Beira. Let's build up to level 6 forts. I'm gonna throw these... they'll be... I'm gonna throw them in the middle of the university so that they get started reasonably quickly. Alright, so what else have we got a ton of, an absolute ton of? Oil, and we can have more oil. Actually, I'll need to monitor that more closely. Dyes we're still using a lot of ours, but we can sell some in Austria, some in France, some in Prussia, and some in Scandinavia. Let's see, other plantation goods. Put me in luxuries, please. Tea, we're producing a lot through sugar through sugar plantations, right? Yes, there are a lot of sugar markets in the world. Let's see. Sugar will go over to encouraging exports, actually. Wine, we should be encouraging exports. I thought I already had wine on encourage exports, but maybe not. We're doing a big reconfigure of trade policy. Let me see, luxury clothes. Basically, as much stuff should be on encourage exports as possible. I want to be running an export economy. That's very much a sort of rural folk, old school conservative way of thinking about economies. Is you want to export as much as you can. Coffee, everybody likes coffee. Especially the Austrians. The Austrians will buy tons and tons of our coffee. I'm using up a lot of bureaucracy doing this, actually. Which is good, because I had a lot of bureaucracy left over. What about tea? Scandinavia will buy a bunch, and Hanover will buy some. That's fun. What else? Meat. We've got a lot of extra meat lying around. Belgium. Enjoy our leftovers. And lastly, dope, which we can't bring in. Any other low-priced goods? I think that's basically everything. We did sugar. Oh my goodness, we got so much fabric now. But the markets for fabric are ginormous, so we'll sell all of our fabric everywhere. Oh my goodness, look at all this. This is bananas. We got fabric trade routes for days. All right. Walls and Wheat Paste. Jose Mendiola has organized a nationwide postering campaign on behalf of the communist movement. In some cities, there's scarcely a wall left unmarked by pro-Council Republic displays. Sunday, gathering for Council Republic. Meetings at all community houses, 7 to 8 p.m. Show your support for the just cause of a Council Republic. Refreshments available for all attendees. Subscribe to the local advocate for further information. They'll wash away with the rain, 10% stronger communist movement, or order the walls cleaned at once. He gets reduced popularity. So, I'm agnostic about communism. The movement's pretty active. I'm gonna let them get a little larger, and we'll see how that goes. Well, once again, we've got a very angry Japanese national movement, but that is what it is. Iberian French Society offers opportunity. The Iberian French Society has offered us an opportunity to establish foreign investment rights agreement with the French Republic. Again, I don't want to invest. I don't want other countries investing in me, and I don't want to invest in other countries. I want to keep Iberian dollars in Iberia, so I'm just going to say this is not in our interests. The British are going after the Ottomans about something, which is curious because these guys were... Or no, this is Egypt. This is Egypt. This is Egypt. Oh my gosh, I keep doing this. I keep doing this. It's not like... I can count. I know the difference between 1 and 3. Between 1 and 3. I can tell the difference between this... Between this flag and this flag. But I just keep making that mistake. Alright, so... do we want to get involved in this? They want a treaty port in Carnatic, and they want to make Egypt a protectorate. France is supporting. I would like to support the French. The Egyptians would not be interested. The British should be interested in our support, but they're not willing to give me anything directly for it. So, unless they'd be willing to give me a huge pile of money. Nope, doesn't appear so. So I'm probably going to stay out of that for the time being. Ooh, identification documents. Wonderful. So that actually gives me one more level of home affairs I can do. It's going to be 207 bureaucracy, and I think that's enough from a bureaucracy perspective. I'm going to give myself a little bit more government admin to play with, just to make sure that I'm where I want to be. And I don't, and so that these trade routes have plenty of room to flex upward in size as we go along here. Reactionary revolt in Luxembourg is being suppressed by the Belgians, which is fine. Neither of them tore up the flag. That's interesting. We got a little bit more steel, so let's continue to increase the size of the construction sector. Aniline has been unlocked. Beautiful. Investment pool is still being pretty thoroughly drained, though, which is alright, I guess. Violence against Afro-Brazilian people. Afro-Brazilian people are being attacked and killed by some members of the Portuguese people in the Azores. A riot broke out, although calling it that is an understatement. They went from house to house, beating, robbing, and even killing whoever they found. Order and morality must be restored. -5 standard of living. Jeepers. And costs authority. Or, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do -7 standard of living. I mean, I have to do the first one. This is not even a question for me. -5 standard of living is demographic destruction conditions. It's not something that should exist in a great power with functioning government. So no, absolutely not. We're not going to allow that to become of our society. I have maxed out these. I'm trying to get more power projection because I'm losing in the prestige game. Could throw another consumption tax on. I'm going to throw a consumption tax on tea. Tea seems like a good thing to consumption tax. We're pretty good on convoys, although that number is increasing with the number of ports we're building up. Actually, let's go ahead and continue to build up ports, because once again, I'm running a very, very strong export economy at this time. Theodore Roosevelt was exiled from the United States. Bananas. I love it. Daniil Sirikov. I don't know who that guy is. but he seems nice. All right, so that is probably going to be all we've got time for today. I took a protectorate ship over Albania. I'm still working on getting the United Baltic provinces to the point where I can turn them into a puppet state. And yeah, other than that, we've just been sort of expanding our economy, keeping to ourselves, mending our national debt, and generally keeping out of trouble, and working on staying in the GPs, which has been a little bit difficult, but I think we can continue to operate this way without too much trouble. So that's what we got for today, my nerds. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.